Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Pokemon Masters Council podcast episode number 56. So excited to be back and doing another podcast, especially because look at my boy and his setup over here. Oh my god, dude. Justin.
Work in progress.
It looks awesome.
The stand is on the way. We got some more organizing things to go right here on this table. There's actually going to be a light that goes right here. Also, we're just talking about some stuff, as we normally do in host hobbies. We'll get into it, but we're talking about some ideas right before we went live about some potential shelving stuff behind you, how to display.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the two things we want to display is one for you, purple, one for me, green, from Etsy. Mm-hmm. They're LED stands that'll say whatever you, PMC 0 or just 0, whatever you want yours.
Yep. But guys, with all of this being said, you guys gotta subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button.
Good stuff set up.
Yeah, we're getting a set. We're trying to be legit, and we need you guys to sub to the channel. Help us get to 1,000. We appreciate everyone who's been subscribing so far.
Like 60 something % are not subs, so we'd really like to see that number go up. We'd really appreciate it.
Yep.
We're starting to get a couple of things. Brandon just got back from vacation, so back on that grind.
Yeah.
And one of the things, as you can see here, what I've been doing is doing a lot of housework, reorganizing, stuff like that. Next up, there's going to be some posters and wall art. Brandon behind him, posters, his lights, and then the new shelves and everything right around the corner.
Yep.
And then right here,
oh baby, we're gonna talk about this, guys.
we got play mats, and I'm angling this down very beautifully, very easily. Webcam, so everything's nice and set up with the new arm and everything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to have cards and stream and play cards online as with you guys and do different stuff with all sorts of different TCGs, and we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But 0. So, as usual, buddy, we kind of start off with the host hobbies, people that are new here. If you listen to us on Spotify, you don't really know what we're talking about, but I have a bunch of... otherwise, people that are watching on YouTube, 0. Now you can see our beautiful face, and I'm no longer on my phone.
Yes.
I got it right here. I don't have to stream from my phone.
Yeah. Looks beautiful, man. So, host hobbies for me. Disc golf, I competed in the Ledgestone Open in the amateur division, most specifically the advanced division. I play the top level of amateur. I do not play AM 2, 3, 4, whatever. We've got 4 different brackets, just old people brackets and stuff too, but I'll get there when I hit 40. I played in the advanced division, the best of the best amateurs. There were 330 in our division. I had no idea what to expect. But this is the biggest disc golf tournament in the world as far as amount of people.
Okay.
There's over 300 people in my division. There was 300 people in the division below me. There was 500 people in the division below that. That doesn't count the professionals, the division even further below that, age-restricted, female divisions, all these things. Biggest tournament in the world. I tied for, and it's not a sexy number, but I tied for 115th place in the top amateur division. So I beat 2/3 of the field.
No, that's really good.
So I feel really good about it. There's like a player's pack just for getting in. I got an entire disc golf bag just for playing. Okay,
I filled all that, or did you fill it?
I filled it. I moved all my stuff from my old.
Did it come?
Dude, it came with 4 discs, though. So, to put this in perspective, dude, I paid $200 to play, right?
Yeah.
This bag is $200 alone. And then it came with 4 discs. And it came with a belt. And it came with...
You made your money then some.
It came with a shirt.
And you had a great time.
And I had a great time, and I played pretty well.
And then
I went on vacation, bro.
And then, old Grandpa. Grandpa 0.
Yeah. He's got Blue-Green Vacation. It's like a conglomerate, big vacation kind of. They have, like, places all over. Yeah,
Big monies.
Big monies. he had enough points where he took my whole family out. We went to Wisconsin, went to the Wisconsin Dells, stayed on Christmas Mountain Resort.
And I just talked to the middle of your three little guys, your little Pokemon masters in training.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to the middle one, Zorua, at the channel.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5.5 going on 6, and that boy loved the water park, Dad.
Yeah.
Looks like you got the credit for Grandpa's good work, but we'll leave it. He don't watch the channel. That's okay. But Dad is now Dad of the Year because it was like, what, 8 days at the water park?
Yeah, it was.
God, get this on cloud 9, bro.
It was really fun. It was really nice.
You look exhausted a little bit.
Dude, the ride home sucked because...
Oh, yeah.
So I did a GPS through my van, and it doesn't have a route preview. So I was just like, yeah, take me home. I hit the home button, puts my address in. This GPS, dude, I didn't question it. I didn't look at the route.
Oh,
it took me straight east to Milwaukee, okay? We hit Lake Michigan. We were like, there's Lake Michigan. We drove south 1 mile. It told us to drive across the lake. It wanted us to get on a ferry, take the ferry to Michigan, and then drive home. So instead of going directly south like I should have done from the Dells, I went directly east, was told to get on a ferry, and I was like, okay, well, no, I'm not doing that. And then I had to drive right through the heart of Chicago, and we hit 3 traffic jams that added an hour to our trip. So the trip home was an absolute failure.
Lesson learned, ladies and gentlemen. Always triple check where it's trying to take you before you start driving.
Dude, okay.
Always check that GPS map. Make sure that it's taking you where you think it's taking you.
I made that mistake, so you don't have to.
Definitely. Learn from us. Just like in Pokemon, when we click.
For real. So that's what I've been up to. Justin, what have you been up to in my absence?
All of this.
Yes.
Lots of fun stuff. My Sceptile mug is dirty at the moment, but I got one of my old from going to Orlando Legoland.
Beautiful.
Got one of the old ones out. Nostalgia bait, right?
Yes.
That's what it's all about, nostalgia on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up in the 90s. We love Pokemon. We also love Digimon. And we love anime. I remember, Doug does too, I don't know, Toonami?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the day Naruto premiered in English on Toonami?
I didn't watch Naruto.
Where I was in my old apartment. I remember how old I was. We had to wait until school the next day to talk about it in that day because we're old farts. We didn't have texting back then. Mm-hmm. But we were hyped from day one when Naruto came out. So, like, that's our generation, right?
Yep.
Remember watching DBZ every Saturday.
5:30. 5:30. Toonami.
See? Nostalgia. So, as y'all saw, Gym Leader Justin got a playmat.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a nice handy-dandy little webcam that's attached to an arm, and now we can go wherever we please, right? It's really nice for what I need it for. It's exactly... I'm getting up out of my chair to show you something.
He'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we got the, if you're listening, he's showing off a mat with the OG Digidestined.
Yeah.
The children. All right, so we're taking a gander through them. Oh, yeah.
So this is the setup right now. We just have a couple of work tables, a couple of folding work tables. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. And got that arm set up. So then the webcam can go like that, and it just opens.
Guys.
When it's pointed at me.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's pointed down here to this nice Digimon Playmat Zero. Look at that.
Guys, sub to the channel. Sub to the channel. Protect our investment, guys.
So, back here, this is where we do all the channel artwork.
Mm-hmm.
This is the drawing tablet setup. The pen's back there and the glove and everything. We got the Switch, because that's what we play. There's my snowball. Some controllers. We got that one so we can grind some free monies.
Free monies.
And then back there is the old tower and all the cords and mess and everything you don't want to see. And way over there is a bunch of mess that you don't want to see. But over here, we just got a nice little light. And we got a bunch of cards over here, Zero.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to get there's like a tool storage with 24 drawers in it. So that's going to come here, and this is going to be for all the extra sleeves because we've gone crazy.
Yeah, we have.
With the Dragon Shield, they're the best. So now I like all the different colors for different stuff it's just fun. And we found a store locally that's got a really good deal for us, and we've got a discount because we're members. So we're in a good spot here. We've got some great Sapphire, Blood Red, stuff like that we talked about last week. Then we have some more like Slate. And then there's Jet Black that we're going to use for dark Pokemon cards.
Yep.
We got Crimson, which we're probably going to use for maybe One Piece. And then we also have, here's Arcanine. The boys get some new sleeves, Zero.
Good boy.
So Brandon just helped me. Do you want to unveil it? Because you're the one that made the decision. Red's your favorite color. Green's my favorite color. So I had to ask you. You're the master.
I'm the authority on red, and we have decided that Arcanine is going to go in the not Crimson, Ember.
Ember. So I'm going to order Ember. The Crimson did not pass the test.
Nope.
Ember was the answer.
Yep.
The store was out of Ember next time, but I am going to make an order for Ember next time I can. And these Arcanine sleeves are going to get a new home. This is Arcanine EX. Super, super happy. Otherwise, next here, we're just not going to go through everything, but we do have some old favorites. You see some Angels.
Yep, some Angemon there.
Angemon there. And then from Season 3, we got, Beamon, but beneath that, we got Guillamon.
That's your boy, right?
That's my boy from Season 3. That's the red one.
Okay.
So then he goes all the way up to Gallantmon, Big Red Knight. So still work in progress down here, but these three are already built, ready to go. In the Slate, that's the beautiful thing about the Dragon Shield. They also give you a deck box and fit up to 75 cards in their sleeves. Zero, this is a Pokemon channel. What do you got right there, buddy? You finish off my pitch here.
I got some copper here, but this has our Ting-Lu in it.
Open that boy up and show them they're all sleeved up and they fit snug.
Dragon Shield, you better pay us for this.
No. We love to advertise for them because they do such a good job for us.
But they could pay us. Anyway,
they totally could.
Yeah, I got my deck in here. Kind of hard to see because my camera's not as nice as Justin's.
That's okay. But the fact that you can have your whole deck in there. So as we see right here, we do have the entire inside the Slate one. Digimon, Adamon, baby.
Let's go, dude. Adamon is my boy.
That's for Brandon to try. Also for Brandon to try because he likes Psychic. So I figured, let's try some purple. So we did another villain.
Let's go, dude.
Because if there's anything we know about Brandon, what color would your lightsaber be?
It would be purple. 100%.
Would you be a Sith or would you be a Jedi?
Honestly, that's a tough question, man.
You're always a Sith guy, I thought.
Yeah. I'd probably be a Sith.
And then right here we got Rosemon. So we got, as I am the grass gym leader, so we got the grass deck in Digimon. And we'll be showing off some more stuff of that later on in different videos and more coming out in some news. Otherwise, we got some other stuff, work in progress down here. Lots of stuff that still needs organizing. We got some lights that are set up right now. This is just temporary.
Yep.
I'm going to get another one here. Imagine a clone one of these. There.
Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
And then, obviously, the rest of the LEDs. And then the big thing is my blank, bare walls. Maybe I'll paint something. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint our logo up here, paint something fun. Maybe I'll paint Alakazam getting his head cut off by Sceptile.
Wow, dude. Wow. Oh, boy. All right. So we got to talk about some news here.
Hopefully you like that little bit of tour. That's the cool thing. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check. I hear you. We're good still.
Sorry if this is a little editing cut. I just wanted to be sure that...
Oh, no, you're good. Nice effortless swap there, dude. Well done.
Perfect. Well, now we know for the future that we can swap and everything's cool.
Yes. All right, dude. What's next? You want to talk about some raids?
Yeah, so we had a couple of raids in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Some psychic raids. Not only one, but two.
Yeah, so upcoming Mewtwo and Mew raid. So I don't know all of the details on this. All I know is everyone is going to get a Mew via mystery gift. The Terra, I think,
that one's out already.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yeah.
Hot dang. Okay.
You should get that.
Yes, it's supposed to be able to help you fight against Mewtwo. We're going to be going up against a Mewtwo raid, and I think the date on the Mewtwo raid...
I think that one was the first, but don't quote me.
Looks like...
Anyways, go check the stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Go check the stuff on the Mewtwo raid. We will have the links in the description with all the details. We're sort of flying through this one a little bit. We don't have like everything pulled up. He just got back from vacation, and as you heard, he's got 3 boys and the traffic. So
yeah.
Forgive him. All right. So
the dates, I do have some dates. Blissies are going to return. Yeah. Blissies are going to return.
That's the big one. The fact that, because we got Blissies, it's a double-edged sword.
Yep.
Not trying to be negative Nancy, but it is a double-edged sword. It's not just Blissey. If it was just Blissey, it'd be S+.
Yep.
Why is Blissey good?
Massive amounts of Terra shards.
Super big candy drops, all the good stuff, right? She drops, we call it candy drops. Everything. Yep. She drops all the stuff, right?
Yep.
But then it's also, what is it? Random Terra types for everything, which is cool. But it's Caesar and...
Hydreigon. Or Hydreigon, however you want to say it. That's August 8 to August 17. So going on, by the time this podcast drops, this one will be over. However, going August 31st, August 17 to August 31st, Blissey will remain, but we will end up getting Grimmsnarl and Hatterene replacing Hydreigon and Scizor.
So we get Blissey for a while, which is cool. It just means you got to do a little more hunting to find her.
Yep.
It won't just be every special raid. So
and then
technically every third special raid on average.
Then Mewtwo raid is from August 31st to September 17th. So the end of this month through the middle of September, he will only come in Terra type Psychic, and he will be in the Black Terra crystals. So he's a 7-star. Probably going to be giving massive drops. Probably going to be a really hard raid to complete, Justin.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be one of those things you kind of want to do with a team like us. Me, you, and Doug are going to take it down together.
Yeah.
3 out of the 4 on our Knights of the Round Table, so to speak, here up at the Masters Council. So I think we're just going to have to team up and actually, this is actually like a real boss battle, which I do think is cool. This is like far and few between, especially coming from me, but this is like a real net positive. Like some of these raid battles are real boss battles, and that part's fun. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's enough for raids. We gave you guys the upcoming raids and the dates on all of them. Go check those out. Go get your Mew. In the world of Pokemon cards, Obsidian Flame released, buddy.
Yeah, dude, we got to do some pandering, because what's the best card in the set?
Unfortunately, it's Charizard, dude. It's 100% Charizard.
Before with the Dark Charizard. It's a new Terra thing, the new gimmick for the card game. So it's a Dark Charizard that uses fire energies. So it'll fit well with this boy and his already existing red energies. I already have those 2 pulled up so I could do this display for you right in the video. Zero, look at that! Me
Hold on. Pull them up again. I had an internet window.
Okay.
Pull them up. Let's see, buddy. Okay. Yep. Beautiful. So are you gonna add this new Charizard?
Not right away. My deck is great.
Yeah.
I think it's if we're doing fun locals, the way that we do it, we have a light switch. Types on or types off.
Yes.
So if we're testing stuff, we just want to play with what we have right now, and don't want to have to buy new card. Blah blah blah. We just want to test out the deck that I have, and the deck that I have is weak to the deck you have that you brought today. We just want to play. So sometimes we just turn it off and just play normal, just to test stuff out to see if that ratio works. So is this enough surge? We can actually get a lot of info out of that. Then when we actually turn it on and play for real, which is what we do most of the time, is just normal play, right?
Yeah.
He really will make a difference because you're the psychic guy.
Yeah.
But it's not worth the price for me right now because when we turn typings on, you have a water deck.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think my grass deck could beat your water deck. So it's like I think I'll just bring that instead.
Potentially.
I'm not going to bring my fire deck knowing that you have a water deck.
Well, here's something that's going to deter you and our loyal listeners from buying this card is the fact that the price is so up there right now because it's such a good card. It's $23 for a new version of this card.
But we did see a couple people in our local meta here in Grand Rapids and also on some of the Facebook messengers and stuff like that. And even one of our fans of the channel, Zero, hit us up because they pulled one of the different variants. There's like 3 different prints of the Charizard EX Dark from the set, from their pulls this weekend. So super big shout out to all those fellas that or ladies, whoever that got those cards because it's pretty sick. Even one of the dudes in my local store pulled the sexy one that's got the crystals the whole way down.
Yeah.
It was the big expensive one.
I picked up Glamora EX from this set, a couple of them. They're going in the Ting-Lu control deck when it's in the active. Yeah.
And they were ready to test, bro. And then like you could angle your stuff down, I angle my stuff down, we could play right now.
We could. So just waiting for those. I got a couple copies of Keto.
It is really fun to see that. There's some this is a little bit smaller set, right?
Yeah, like
it's not like a full set, I guess, air quotes, full set.
It is, but not as big. Like, this is the next installment. This is the next Paldea Evolved or base set, but it's not a great set, like, competitively. No. There's a few good cards, because this is made up of a lot of, like, this is the catch-up set for anyone not in Japan.
Okay.
Because a bunch of these cards
stick out to me.
Yeah, because a bunch of these cards have already come out in Japan in, like, starter decks and stuff like that. So a lot of them are kind of junk.
Every 3 months, or however long-ish, when they do a new set like this in English, the 2 or 3 of us, and sometimes 4 of us on the round table here at the council, we'll go through every single card, and we'll do like a rating show where we read through them like, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
We just want to do that, but it's not on camera.
Yeah.
Would that be something you guys would want to see? Is that something you're interested in? Anybody that plays cards? Are you interested in hearing our opinion of like a casual, fun, local meta? That's what we play cards for. We're not at that tournament level. We're just fun, local meta. Still competitive, but we're not going to pay these prices of $23 for one Charizard.
No,
so
absolutely not.
If that sounds like something that's up to you, hit us up in the comments and just, yes or no to hearing about stuff like that. Would you want to see us go through the sets? Does that interest you?
Justin, speaking of cards, let's move on to our last little piece of news before we get into the PokePlugs and move on to our main subject.
That's why I bring that up, Zero, because as you can see with all the Digimon there, me talking about sleeves, I've got 6 different Pokemon decks. You have 5 different Pokemon decks now when that brown is finished.
Yep.
We like cards.
We do.
We talked about a long time ago that we aren't going to be like a card channel, or that we're not going to do cards competitively at tournaments, and that's still true, but we have some local stores plural, that do Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And, not Yu-Gi-Oh!, excuse me, Pokemon, Digimon, and One Piece. Obviously, they all do Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the big ones. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. But yeah, being able to see Pokemon and Digimon and One Piece locally at all these different stores. And then we looked at the prices for like a local one-dayer. Bro, $5.
$5. $5 for expanded, dude.
You can't
Expanded.
beat that.
Yeah.
Hang out with our friends. Let's go grab a beer. Let's go grab a burger. Head over to the card shop. You know what I mean?
Buy some
Throw on
cards.
some cards.
It's great
Have
advertising,
fun.
dude. We'd be there for hours.
Yeah. And we need to get some t-shirts, some PMC t-shirts.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah. For those of you that are watching right now, take 5 seconds out of your day, please. I implore you. If card content is something you're interested in, leave a like on this video. No, just kidding. Go down in the comments and let us know. Is card content something that you're interested in? Because we're going to start making the content, and we're curious. Do we put some card content here on this channel to get people's appetite? Like, this is what you can expect? Do we just start off with Pokemon content? Do we put Digimon or One Piece or Transformers or all these other card games that we play? Do we put those on this channel that's called Pokemon Master Council, even though it's PMC? We don't know, right? So
Right, yeah. We have a lot
we
to
do
think
a
about.
PMC TCG, like, secondary channel. Is that something you guys would like? Would you want it to be split? Whatever. What do you want to see? We have a lot of ideas. We have an idea of what we want to behind the scenes. Obviously, we have talked about this and we have an idea of where we want to go. But before we start nailing the boards in, we want to hear from you. So please let us know in the comments if cards matters to you at all. Anything TCG related, whether it's Pokemon or anything else, or all of the above or none of the above. Let us know. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, 100%, because like Justin said, that kind of stuff is important. We want to know, do you want to see it here? Would you follow us to another channel where we do Pokemon TCG as one of our primary things, but then Digimon and, like you said, Transformers? We'll do a few games of Transformers.
And eventually we are going to have One Piece.
One Piece, like, we can take this as far as we want. We're just kind of curious, like,
We'd have a whole card
channel
empire over here. But that brings us to this. Zero, we're not going to stop doing Gen 9. We have all of our competitors. We're not stopping Reg D. We're not.
No.
He's just been on vacation for the past 10 days.
Right.
He's literally been out of the state for over 10 days. So, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Summertime, a lot of kids. They had a great time. It was hopefully don't mind me saying, it was a blessing. Like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Thanks, Grandpa Zero.
We said it before. Number 2 dad now behind you, but number 1 dad, bro. The big man schmuck.
Yeah.
The big Mr. Brad himself. Love
my
that
dad
guy.
is so cool, dude.
He put up with us through all of our angsty teenage years,
Yeah.
and he still loves us.
He reminds me all the time about, he's like, you were such a jerk. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
And he still loves you. So
Somehow.
great guy.
Yeah.
Great shout out. So he's like our dad. He's like, like my mom, your dad, Doug's mom. All of our parents are like everyone's parents.
Yep.
We all grew up together.
Yeah. For sure. So, Justin, let's roll over to the PokePlugs and cover the things that we did post while I was out. And then we'll get it going. We'll talk about the state of weather in Regulation
Yeah,
D.
so there was some cool stuff that got posted.
Mhm.
At Worlds, they released the thing about Unite, bro. Did you see that?
Yes. So, our next 3 Pokemon for Unite have been confirmed, buddy. And I know you're not going to be happy about these.
I'm pretty happy.
Well,
but I'm only salty because it's personal bias and I'm jaded. But
Right. So, Blaziken is getting released, buddy. You've been waiting on this one for so long. It's finally
this one's
coming
gonna
to
be sick.
fruition.
We've heard about this for a long time. This one's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Mimikyu is coming out. How do you feel about Mimikyu?
I'm happy. I think it's cool, but I'm really happy for PMC Panzer Tank. Special shout out to our boy Connor because this is like one of his top 3, I think, or maybe even top 1. I don't want to put where, but it's definitely. I did a picture and he's in the top 10 because Mimikyu's on the page. So like, it's in his official artwork for the channel. I know it's in Panzer's top 10. You know what I mean? He's somewhere in there. He loves Mimikyu. So, like, big shout out there. I know he'll be happy if he's still into Unite. I'm not sure, but either way, big shout out there.
How do you feel about Mimikyu? Just as a Pokemon in general, I'm curious.
I think it's adorable. I like that those are his eyes on his belly.
I see. I didn't know that before. And, like, I saw, like...
Mimikyu's tiny.
Yeah,
he
like,
has a giant, like... He's basically like a dude in a mascot at a baseball game that has the giant head way above, but the human head's down here.
Yeah.
That's Mimikyu.
Yeah.
And when you break the disguise, the head just tips over.
Yep.
Like this, and the big giant bobblehead's hanging off the side.
I like Mimikyu. I just hate how many times I've lost to it in 3v3 because it's got like one of the best abilities ever made for 3v3s.
He's been a nightmare ever since he came out.
Dude, for real. He's been the king of 3v3. So, anyway. We have our first Gen 9 Pokemon coming to Pokemon Unite. Meowscarada is the first, Justin.
Yeah, bro. Really, really happy. Really happy. Bittersweet, you know.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. Meowscarada is my favorite grass type. Repping my gym. Meowscarada is my favorite grass type.
Boy, those are sexy. Are those in your deck?
Huh?
Do you play with? Are those in the deck or no?
No,
those are binder.
These are binder, bro.
Okay, good.
Look at that.
Yeah, there she be, dude. The whole set.
So obviously, I got like a $30 set here in just 3 cards.
Yeah.
$30-$40 in just 3 cards, right?
Yep.
So clearly, I like the old Meow Meow.
Yep.
Big fan. Big fan. The thing of it is, she's Gen 9.
Mm-hmm.
And they skipped someone in Gen 8.
Who would that be?
Well, I mean, we'll do a little math for the viewers out there. They gave us Cinderace.
Yeah.
He was out of the game day 1.
Yeah.
They just recently came out with old Inteleon. Pew Pew.
Yes, indeed they did.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
And now you're coming out with a Gen 9 poke. You missed somebody! You skipped one!
Who would that be, dude?
My monkey! Where's Boomer? Where's Rillaboom in Unite?
Dude, even I'm at a loss, dude.
WTF!
He should have been in the game day 1, dude.
The reason we're going cards, not Unite, for our secondary stuff on this channel.
True. Unite has not been good to us. But anyway, other PokePlugs. A few things that we have done while Justin puts his stuff together. Charizard Sun Team. We put together a nice rental code for a Sun Team for y'all. Terrafire Charizard in the Sun with solar power. Go rent that. Let us know what you guys think about it. How to use Lilligant. If you guys ever had any questions about how to use your Lilligant, we've got some answers. Hisuian Lilligant. Thank you. Another Stan in Justin's cards. Hisuian.
Speaking of cards.
Okay.
You did a stream, bro, and I got to tune in a little bit at work.
Yeah, dude. It was actually kind of fun, dude. We played...
I was happy I got to tune in for a sec. Like, hey, bro!
Yeah, I did. I streamed the TCG on the Game Boy. And, dude, I put in some time after the stream building up my deck. I think what I'm going to do, Justin...
Yep. Doug was showing me that, too.
So you have to beat every gym leader's lackeys before you can fight the gym leader. What I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to grind until I have a good deck. And then on stream, I'm going to go fight just the gym leaders. Like, I'm going to beat all their lackeys beforehand. Yeah. And then we'll do a gym leader stream. And then we'll do like an Elite Four stream. So we're gonna do a couple more streams of this game, I think.
Because it's fun and it's nostalgic. I never played this one, but I do like it.
It's just a watered down version of the TCG you play today. You know what I mean?
I do have one thing we don't even need to edit this and put it back at the other part of the pod. I'll just say it here.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal, right?
Yes.
We kind of skimmed over because in host hobbies or news, I guess, and then also the card content.
Yeah.
This has to do with all of that. The reason I'm bringing it up now, and I want it to be at this part of the podcast after we've mentioned all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that's bought Digimon cards.
Oh.
PMC Sport Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Old Dougie Doo. He's got not one, not two, 3 starter decks. We went to the card shop. We had a nice little date. Maybe future Brandon can bring this up in editing and show our ugly faces driving in the car. This was at a red light. He was fine. We didn't have that stuff on his lap while he was driving. But
it's illegal in our state now.
I had the day off earlier this week, and Brandon was out of town. And I was like, you know what, Dougie, he said, I'm going to the card shop. You want to go? I said, yeah, let's do it. So he swung by. Hopped in the van, and we trucked it out to 28th Street to Galactic Toys, and he picked up, because he had a gift card. Somebody had given him a gift, and he had some money left over on there from when we went last time when we did the Paldea Evolved. So he picked up the purple starter deck for Beelzemon, the advanced starter deck, which is like a Pokemon League battle deck, so like a real deck in one.
Yeah.
Even came with sleeves for $17. It was perfect. It's the best like starter deck value I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, for real.
And I do a lot of card stuff.
Yeah.
And then he also bought the starter green deck, which was the one that I have, the Giga Green. And then he also bought, there was 2 there on the shelf, and they were on sale half off for only $7. So I bought one too. It was the half blue, half green deck for Imperial Dramon. So we got some pieces there. So, and then he got some sleeves. I was actually just at his house earlier tonight playing, visiting with his wife and kids, playing some Digimon, having a good time, showing him the new playmat. So very, very fun stuff. He loved it so much. The Saturday beforehand, last Saturday, we went over there and played it live. So it was after our last podcast where I told you I had bought some stuff to try. Mm-hmm. Well, I went and demoed it for Doug, and we ended up playing for like 7.5 hours. He loved it, and now he bought in, and he's got 3 decks of his own, and he's in hook, line, and sinker. So everybody that knows Doug knows his or knows about his channel, Sport Ninja Gaming.
Well, we'll plug it or link it or something once he's got it ready to go. He's working on building it up.
So we'll definitely be able to watch his stuff over there, but just know that, you know, he'll be featured in the card stuff all the time, and go pressure him.
Yeah.
Go pressure him. Make sure that he gets a new arm and a webcam or whatever he needs with his phone or his laptop, something, desktop, so that way he can film his cards live and get in on this stuff with us, especially when we start doing streams.
Yeah, for sure, because we want to stream some card content. It'll be super fun. So Justin, I think it's about time we take a little break and then we move on, talk about our main topic. Let's talk about weather setters in the state of Regulation D, buddy.
Subscribe to our channel.
Please.
We have cute doggies that like belly rubs. This is my Growlithe.
What are you waiting for, guys? Subscribe to the channel. Please. Anyway, bro. We're back. We're talking about Regulation D. Regulation D has been so happening, honestly.
My boy's down here. We got the Growlithe in his spot, chilling. He loves the new man cave. That's his spot. Yep. He's going to be there all the time. Dog. Maybe we get a dog camera in case he lays down here.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Sometimes he likes to lay at my feet, so we'll do it for streams. We can do a little dog cam and hit a little button, plop down there, see how he's doing.
I like it. Yeah, just get like a switch. You know what I mean? Like you hit a switch and it just, yeah, dude.
You gotta get Ollie on camera.
Like an actual product. He doesn't like the stairs, but he fell down the stairs when he was a puppy, so he doesn't like the stairs.
Well, maybe we'll record upstairs one time for just like a clip.
That's a good idea.
On your phone.
It'll be like the old days when he would like bump the table in our first podcast. Remember that? He'd be like,
he's adorable.
Yeah, and he would like do this number. You know what I mean? Just like make the mic all mad.
Brr.
So anyway, Justin, Regulation
Yeah, bro.
D. It's been a ever-growing, ever-evolving format, kind of like we predicted. We thought that this was going to be one of the better VGC formats that we've had this gen, and I kind of think this is the best format that we've had in Gen 9. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been fun so far. I've been having a lot of fun. I've been having a blast, a lot of fun.
You've been having a lot of
So much
blast.
fun, I mix up my words.
Yeah, yeah.
I have been having a total blast, Zero. Playing around with different teams. I've been having fun actually trying out, going through the different weathers. I haven't actually made a PMC Sand Squad yet, and I haven't made a custom snow team, but I did try out the snow team that's going around. The reason that I haven't made a custom snow team is because the snow team already exists.
And it's so good. Like,
I'm not above being I'm not above being humble and saying, hey, I'm not going to come up with something better than that.
right.
Like, it's just not, that's the snow team. So I played that, and it was evil.
Yeah, yeah.
It was wicked nasty.
Yeah.
So, and in terms of sand, I already have a sand team. I'm just waiting. I know for a fact that these pokes are coming back. I think they said September 9th or 16th or something like that was when the DLC drops. So, like we said, like we predicted, sometime in the beginning of October will be Regulation E or whatever they're going to call it, right? So that's when we're going to be able to use these pokes, and that's when most of my Sand Squad of old will be available. Unfortunately, no Cradily, no Gigalith, which is a big chunk of it, but we do have the Ensign and we have the Primarina, which do bring a lot just in general bulk, which is the way that I like to run my sand teams personally.
Yeah.
I do bulky and I do Trick Room.
Yep.
But Sandstorm is getting a big one, which is Excadrill. He's the guy.
Yep.
Excel Rock Puppy, what's his name?
Lycanroc.
Lycanroc. Like, he's cool, and Excel Rock's cool, but like he's super squishy.
Yeah.
And he's not part steel.
Yep.
So Excadrill's the boy, so when he pops off, stocks are gonna go up.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Yep.
Hippo's good. Hippo's tanky. I think Hippo really benefits from I don't know. I like Hippo better in singles than doubles.
Same.
But I think it benefits in doubles if you're willing to Terra it.
Yeah, which is like,
It takes a lot of practice to get those math down to figure out what's that one Terra to spend your shards on.
Yeah.
So
what we're going to do here, we've got all of our weather setters. I'm going to pull up Pikalytics here in a second.
Yeah.
We've got all of our weather setters. We're going to talk about this in the scheme of Switch ranked, because that's where most of y'all are playing. We're not going to talk about Showdown too much, because Showdown meta is actually quite different, and we focus more on the cartridge side of things here. So, I'm going to pull up Pikalytics here.
Mm-hmm.
Already got it up. Just got to switch my view on over to my Pikalytics side. There we go. Let me put our faces on there. Or no, let's skip our faces. So, first and foremost, coming in. So, weather, I kind of thought we would see higher placings for our weather starters, but our first weather starter and the most common is Torkoal bringing the sun, Justin.
Yep. To me, that's not a surprise because Urshifu is the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of physical threats. He's like the new boogeyman. Not that the old boogeymen are not still boogeymen. Looking at you, Fluttermane.
Yep.
But he's the new guy.
Yes.
Ursaluna's good, but Ursaluna's sort of a one-trick pony, like we talked about in our How to Use guide.
Yes.
Does it very well, but that means competitively it's going to be a little bit easier. Not easy, but easier than some to play around. Urshifu has Unseen Fist. He can hit through Protect, so and it crits, and it hits 3 times. And it's water, and it's stab, and Terra Water, and Mystic Water, and Rain Boost. So having that sun, which, Brandon, what does that do for Urshifu?
it cuts the damage of water moves in half after all the multipliers.
So it doesn't matter that you're critting.
Yeah.
It's just still straight 50% damage across the board, blanket statement. So it totally makes sense to me. It's actually one of the things that we called out as a channel back in the day was like, yeah, Rain's going to pop up, but then Torkoal's going to pop up right behind it to counter the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Rain's going to pop up not because Rain is good. Swift Swimmers aren't even back yet. Basculegion's mediocre at best. And Female's better.
Right, because of adaptability.
Because of adaptability. Adaptability is just better than the Swift Swim. It doesn't hit hard enough with, like, it's just not enough. I've always felt that way, especially when I tried to do physical Poncho back in the day. Ludico, people that don't know, special is better because of the move pool, and just hitting special with those types of moves is just better. It feels physical. That's why it's important to have Homeboy with the crit, because of how prevalent the bulkier Pokemon on the physical side are, mostly through the meta, especially when you have generic tanks, yada, yada, yada. We could do, as you can tell, I've done a lot of research. We could do a million years rambling on all this game theory about Pokemon stats and yada, yada, right? So for me, being the Rain guy, that's sort of my Cliff Notes 60-second version, Zero, as to why Sun would be popping up. And on top of that, he's a Hoenn.
I find it very interesting that, so I think we always kind of thought that the Torkoal teams would be Torkoal plus photosynthesis mons, which partly is true. The number one partner is Fluttermane. But when you look at the rest of the partners, it's all Trick Room, dude. Which makes sense, because we had this archetype back in Gen 8. But it's Fluttermane, it's Torkoal, and then Ursaluna, Indeedee, Armarouge, Cresselia. After that, Hatterene, Iron Hands. And then you get into like Great Tusk, and then Thundurus. So hard Trick Room with Torkoal. You're not, we're seeing a lot of offensive, hard Trick Room Torkoal.
It's because he's got that base 20. He outspeeds everything in that Trick Room.
Yeah. And
he's the thing in the game, I'm pretty sure.
It's got, as far as something that's relevant, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting that this archetype is so much of an opposite of Rain. Because Rain, which now let's move on to our next letter. So the point here is Sun is top dog right now. Kind of has been all gen. Rain was the fancy new toy when we got Basculegion and Urshifu Water, like you were mentioning earlier, and Rillaboom, like all of these, Tornadus. Let's talk about the Rain now. Pelipper, number 38. I think
there's still gas in this tank.
Me too.
Rillaboom is still great. It's insane how much damage he can soak up with just max HP, less in Rain.
Yeah.
It's insane how many hits he can live in one turn.
Mm-hmm.
Even super fast, like when we were playing that one team, and I was like, no, click XYZ, and you're like, wait, what about the Bleak Wind? I was like, no, it'll do this much. Watch.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Like, yeah, he'll shrug, and he did. And you're like, oh, like, yeah, you can make Rillaboom tanky.
Yes, 100%.
Where the damage just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So even though you're in the Rain and it makes then you're flying, it weakens the fire, but then makes these new flying moves better. That's the whole point. But he can still be tanky. But the whole fact of the matter is that Urshifu is still amazing.
Yes.
Nothing's changed.
Yep.
The only thing is that now the meta's evolved a little bit to like try to add this new Sun tech. But the reason they're adding the Sun tech, again, isn't because Sun is necessarily overpowered. Sun is at the same level it always was. Mm-hmm. It didn't get any better. None of the new Mons are being featured.
Not really. I mean, outside of Ursaluna and Cresselia, who are just
Cresselia is just the new Trick Room setter. She's you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yes, she does more than that, but let's be honest.
That's job number one.
She's the new Trick Room setter.
Yeah.
We already had Indeedee female.
Yep.
And she's still there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And half the time that's who they bring, and they don't even bring Cress. Because you're going to bring two supports and then Torkoal and Armarouge, and that's your whole squad. No, you maybe sometime, but you know what I mean. Like game state dependent, you're not always going to bring both supports.
Right.
Maybe you need the terrain more. Point being, the reason that Sun is being brought is not because Sun is good. It's not like Hisui and Typhlosion or Johto and Typhlosion are now all of a sudden with this new base 100 speed eruption taking over the meta. They're good, but that's all they do. They don't have any other tech. So, like, the reason that Sun is being taken is, in my opinion, is to just counter the fact that Urshifu's still top dog.
Yes. So, interestingly enough, Pelipper's number 1... Okay, this I find crazy. Urshifu Rapid Strike is number 3 in usage overall on the Switch, right? Pelipper's number 38. Pelipper's number 1 partner is actually Basculegion. It's not even Tornadus. Or Urshifu. It's Basculegion, Tornadus, and then Urshifu, which I find really funny.
That's why she's only number 38 in usage, because the people think she's not very good because of swim. He's not a good Swift swimmer. He's okay. He's not bad.
No, he's not bad.
But he's not your boy. He's not Kingdra.
I mean, Terra Water Wave Crash is a bop, but...
No, yeah, it's a bop, but it's if you're going to do that, just go Terra Water, Unseen Fist, Rapid Strike.
Right, 100%.
You're going to do physical water, Terra Water in the rain, just do that one. The Swift Swim doesn't matter. Then you just turn on, and this is where we come to.
Yeah,
they're not pairing it with Pelipper. They're pairing it with Tornadus. Because Tornadus has Prankster Rain Dance and Prankster Tailwind.
Yeah, so
now you have speed covered that covers the Swift Swim, and you have the rain, which does everything else.
Sounds like
off on and yada yada.
Sounds like this is the perfect time to segue into our Tornadus conversation.
Yep.
So Tornadus, I believe Tornadus is number 2 in uses on the Switch. Tailwind, Bleak Windstorm, Taunt, Rain Dance being the top moves. No surprise there. And then Justin, some of your tech, Sunny Day coming in at 27% usage on the Switch.
Yeah, dude, it's really, really good there. He gets all 4. Pretty sure Thunderous does too. So being able to set up any weather, I almost said terrain, any weather you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This guy has just so many options. We're seeing Terra Ghost a lot. Justin, I know you like to run the Covert Cloak. You're Terra Ghost and Covert Cloak, right? Just in case.
No, I'm Terra Flying.
Oh, you're Terra Flying for the Bleak Winds. Okay.
Which is what it came base, partially because I didn't figure out what I wanted to lean on, and then secondly, I tried it out and I actually did like it with Terra Flying because it came in more than once, more than twice, where I went Terra Flying and destroyed with him because he's max special attack on mine.
Flying is the second most used Terra on this Pokemon. So
yep.
You're not off the beaten path. I just went super
offense and went ham and slapped, and he kills because once you get rain up, it's 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
So now you're just slamming.
Yep. So Tornadus,
double dip, baby.
Tornadus is really like a device for every weather because it can do so many things. We talked about this Pokemon ad nauseum in our Prankster special in the last episode. So if you want to deep dive on Tornadus, go back there and listen. However, this Pokemon is setting rain. It's obliterating people with Bleak Windstorm, lowering speed. It's just putting in so much work, especially on rain teams, dude. So then, one last thing with Pelipper, I wanted to bring up its partners, most common partners: Basculegion, Tornadus, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Regieleki, not a surprise, Amoonguss, not a surprise.
No.
And then, would you believe me if I told you Fluttermane is next after all of those?
Yeah, exactly.
Best Pokemon in the game.
Yep.
So, moving on to our next weather, we have Abomasnow coming in at number 62. So, our third lowest placing for weather, Justin.
Yeah, Obama's still in the same spot Obama always was. It's not in a bad spot right now because Urshifu's strong, and he naturally counters it without needing to use Terra.
Mm-hmm.
You just make it bulky and give it a Rocky Helmet, and there's not much Rapid Strike can do.
Yeah, honestly, because because of the new physics or the new rules of hail or snow or whatever, you get that +1 defense. He can't knock you out with close combat, and then you could just Giga Drain him back after.
Yeah, you're and then
lowered his defenses.
Yeah. Or you're gonna Veil.
100%.
So you got to take that into consideration, to game state dependent, obviously, but because he's slower. But your partner could maybe have it. There's a lot of options. So he's a pretty hard counter.
Yeah, he's
a pretty hard counter to Urshifu Rapid Strike, which is what gave that team credence. Is because then it opens you up to none of that team uses the hail.
Right.
None of that team uses the hail. Or snow, except for Obama and your boy
Articuno,
which is Kanto Articuno,
which is kind of
relatively speaking, nobody else really like the little Lando. They don't do anything with that.
Yeah, I mean, in Iron, if a team has Iron Bundle, sure, because he's got a pretty good physical defense right off the bat, so. Actually makes him pretty bulky on the physical side, but the thing so now that we're 9 months or 10 months or whatever into this game's life cycle, how do you feel about the changes to snow? Do you think it's in a better place or a worse place without the chip damage?
It's worse.
You think it's worse?
Well, I don't know worse, but it's equal. It's still bad.
Okay.
I don't know if it's better or worse, but it's still bad. So to me, it doesn't matter if it's bad from 8 or 9 or 9 or 8. It doesn't matter. They're both bad. Does that make sense?
Because there's never been, I mean, until this Articuno team came around, we never had a game-breaking, tournament-winning kind of
and that
hail
was
team.
Only game-breaking and tournament-winning because of everything else on the team.
Yeah. And it relied on hacks.
The fact that the number one poke in the meta was a physical attacker that was water type, and here you have a grass type that is fat enough to run Rocky Helmet.
Yep.
And or set up Veil or both. So that's all of these circumstances had to come true for the first time ever. This isn't the first time that these Pokemon have all existed in a game together.
Right.
This is just the only time that these Pokemon have existed in a game together with this type of a limited roster, with this availability currently available to play with. Once Incineroar gets in, once Primarina gets in, once these other common tank Pokemon get in the game, who else was coming out that was really, really big?
I mean, you hit on the big ones, but I mean, nothing that's going to use hail or snow.
No, but that's what I mean. Is it'll be a big change up once we have Venus. Sun's going to see a big spike because Sun will finally be good.
Yep.
Not because it's trying to counter, but because Sun's legit good at everything again. Rain will go back up to top because we'll have Poncho and Kingdra to choose from. Rain will actually have legit options again.
Yep.
And then Sand is going to get Excadrill on top of some of these other tanky. So what is Snow going to get?
Nothing.
Hail is the worst defensive type in the game. It's only resistant to ice.
Yeah.
Ice is only resistant to ice. Ice is the worst defensive type in the game. So giving him +1 defense, I don't want to Terra into ice type.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Being ice type.
I think when you Terra
that offensive power of shooting ice type super effective hits.
When you Terra out of your ice type, you're not an ice type anymore. You don't get your defense anymore. It's
exactly.
When Tyranitar Terra's out of rock, you take Sandship because you're not a rock type anymore.
For me, the big thing that it would maybe get is Obama would then get the part of Snow Cloak, Mammo.
Yeah,
and I think people are going to take what they learned from the bird and maybe try to go Mammo. And Mammo already comes base ground, so if they copy paste and then go Terra ground, now you got these big giant EQs coming out from Mammo.
God, I miss Mamoswine, dude.
So and he has Ice Shard. So maybe that's the way the meta turns. We'll see.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Common teammates, Iron Bundle, Articuno, Cresselia, Chien-Pao, Iron Hands, Tornadus, once again, Urshifu Rapid Strike because it's a great no-nonsense Pokemon, and then Landorus.
That's the thing is like it opens up your team building because now anything can be on a Hail team. You don't have to take the Hail chip or Snow team, and you're not taking the Hail chip.
Yep.
But that also means your enemies aren't taking the chip.
True.
And now it's just like, oh, well, my ice types are okay, but you're still weak to everything I have.
Fluttermane doesn't care that you have +1 defense. Fluttermane doesn't care.
The only Rapid Strike cares, but Torkoal doesn't.
No, Torkoal doesn't.
Fluttermane doesn't.
Tornadus doesn't. Yeah, Tornadus really doesn't. Yeah. So yes, that is our synopsis of Hail. Still bad. The very next spot, moving on from number 62 to 63, is Tyranitar, our first Sand Setter. Now, Justin, this is an archetype you think is due for a glow-up.
Yeah, I pretty much spoke my piece, I think, already about the Sand. Sorry if I'm a little out of...
Oh, you're good.
My ranking doesn't go order with the list. But basically what I said so far is I'm going to echo that sentiment. I think Sand is in a decent spot now, but it's about to be... You just wait. Just wait till September when the new Mons get back in, and then make those up. Especially Excadrill, get him ready.
Yeah.
I recommend Max Adamant.
Double dip?
With what?
Are you double dipping?
I'm probably gonna go double dip to Steel.
Okay, I like it.
And so I'm gonna go with the Sand Rush Adamant.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go either Protect 3 attacks or Swords Dance 3 attacks, depending on my team comp. Do I have Redirection or not?
Yeah.
If I do, Swords Dance 3 attacks. If I don't, Protect. Because I also want to include Brick Break.
Oh, shut down some screens, maybe scare out a Grimmsnarl or something?
Just screens in general. Again, it's also good against other weather matchups.
True.
Because we just talked about Veil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And again, just screens in general, it's one of those things where he could also be one of those really good off sports where you're just using his speed.
Yeah,
and he break that down so the dude next to him or behind him can then finish up. Maybe a Urshifu's there.
Grimmsnarl sitting number 17 in usage. And then
that's my thought
Regieleki.
at the moment. I can't do Cradily and Gigalith anymore. Trick Room Sand but yeah, I would like to think about something tanky and Trick Room E. Ursaluna is part ground, but I like to Terra normal, so it'll take some work. Think about what I want to do.
Yeah,
but
Sand.
For me right now, I'm probably not going to go T-Tar. If I go T-Tar, I'm going to go an offensive weather setter. It's not going to be a supportive T-Tar. If I'm going to do more of a supportive Sand setter, I'm going to go Hippo. That's my personal opinion. I'm going to use the thick Hippo to do the thick stuff.
Yeah. The standard T-Tar right now, exactly what you're talking about, is Protect 3 attacks. We got the Dual Stab, and then Terra Blast for whatever Terra you choose. Flying tends to be the most popular right now. Rock, great for the double dip.
I might go AV on him.
Yep, that's the number one most used item at 25%.
Hey, it's almost like I know this stuff.
The thing with Sand right now, it has no identity outside of Tyranitar and Lycanroc. Everything after that makes no damn sense, dude. It's Heatran, Dondozo, Sylveon, Indeedee, Tatsugiri. So, like, what is the identity to Sand right now? It doesn't have one.
Well, and that's the thing right now is that you just got to wait. I agree. But October, boom, we're ready to go. Regulation E, Sand gets to glow up. You heard it here first. We will be back.
Yeah. I wonder if Excadrill has anything that can, like, knock out an Urshifu. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting.
What if Terra Flying would be a fun pick
Terra
for
Flying,
Excadrill?
Terra Electric.
Oh, Terra Electric. Okay, I don't hate that.
You'd be weak to you'd be taking your residual now. See you, buddy.
True. I see you, bud. Thanks for swinging by. But yeah. I agree with you, man. I think there's room for Sand to really grow. I think there's a reason it's the just barely least used.
I think Sun and Rain are going to be battling for first and second.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be Sand at a decent pace right there, and then Snow's just going to be doing Snow thing.
Yeah.
The people that are going to be playing snow are the people that are going to like evasion.
Yep.
Because that's all you have right now.
Pretty much. Yeah. The whole strat just relies on evasion hacks. So.
Like Slush Rush isn't even that great because of distribution.
Yeah. Who's our best Slush Rush user? The Bear Tick?
And he's not good.
You know what I mean? So.
He got a buff and he's still not good.
Yeah.
It's because Ice is bad defensively. He's weak to everything.
Yeah.
So, not to be negative, Nancy. It's just it is what it is.
I know, yeah, I mean, we're speaking facts here. We got the numbers to kind of back it up. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So I think that kind of covers, a lot of the conversation here that needed to be had with weather. World Championships going on right now. We'll talk more about those, if we get some time.
Definitely.
And we'll
super fun. Yeah. Definitely go check that out. That's where they let us know about the new Unite stuff. It was a new trailer, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. They had like Iono in the trailer telling us. Cool. So yeah, lots and lots of fun. Glad y'all tuned in to episode 56 of the podcast. Glad we're able to keep this going for everybody. Every Friday on YouTube and Spotify. And stay tuned because we are going to have more card content of all different shapes and sizes. But of course, Pokemon TCG, we have multiple decks. So that's the main thing for sure that we'll probably kick off with, including, not only us battling each other, whether it be stream or a video or both. And then on top of that, like deck profile videos. I know that's something that we're both passionate about.
Absolutely.
So like our how to use guide.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like Justin said, we are going to get out of here. We're going to go play some cards for a little bit. And we will come at you next week with some more content. We will see you there. Until then, I've been Zero.
And I'm Justin.
Council's adjourned.